So, there's a quote that I like to read. Let me see if I can just find it. It's actually an excerpt from Reddit, and whilst I'm not going to bother reading the entire text, I'm just going to read the excerpt and I'll theorize a little bit about the excerpt and why it's so important. But anyway, here we go. The real enemy isn't laziness, it's comfort. Comfort makes you scroll instead of build. Comfort makes you hit snooze instead of waking up early. Comfort makes you delay the hard work while telling yourself you'll lock in later. We live in a world where everything is designed to keep you comfortable. Food is instant, entertainment is endless, distraction is one tap away. Think about that for a second. Distraction is just one tap away, and it's so true. Now, aside from the obvious fact that this is written by AI, because if you read the entire text, it's so superficial. It's without feel. It's without touch. It's without any human sensation at all. It's just very, very bland. It follows like a structure, a pattern. And if you read enough texts, if you read enough words at this time in the AI development, you can clearly see that this is generated by a machine. But that doesn't mean that the machine is wrong. It actually means that it's right. Embarrassingly enough, I kind of have to agree, or not embarrassingly enough, but well, in kind of a way, it's embarrassingly enough that I find myself agreeing with something written by AI. But the message, the semantics, the linguistics, they're very, very true. They're absolutely true. Comfort is the real enemy. Now, the following phrase, comfort makes you hit snooze instead of waking up early. Yeah, that's fine. The idea is people prefer to sleep in instead of waking up early. But if you've been up late and you worked hard, you obviously need to sleep longer, right? If you're up till 2 in the morning and you're working hard, well, then you should be sleeping in to at least 9 or 10 so that you get your 7 or your 8 hours. Doesn't really matter. What matters is if you sit up and you doom scroll and you do all sorts of unnecessary and stupid activities, you're wasting your time and you're wasting your energy. And that's precisely what you should be preventing yourself from doing. And in that respect, comfort is a real enemy, because what's the world doing these days? Or what's the world, and by the world, I mean people who are watching or who are listening to this, most likely, what are they doing? Well, they're on their phones all the time. They're on their devices all the time, and they have the potential to get distracted and to waste their time and their energy on doing nonsense, on doing pure nonsense. But if you really were to think about it, if you had pain in your life, if you had adversity in your life, you'd be much better off eventually. Well, you'd not be much better off in the beginning, of course, but eventually you would be better off because you're actually using the pain and the adversity in your life to work hard on improving yourself. I mean, all the growth in someone's life, or let me rephrase that again, not all the growth, but the most significant growth. This is my hot take. The most significant growth in someone's life actually comes from when they have gone through adversity and or pain, because that's what upsets them. If you're comfortable, why would you grow? If you're comfortable, if you're having a great life, why would you even seek out to do changes in your life? Why would you improve something? Why would you improve something that works, right? Think about it. If everything works smoothly, if everything works fine, then why in the world would you improve anything? You wouldn't. So think about that. The real enemy, or and by the way, laziness. Well, I kind of agree and disagree. Now, there are many ways this could go, and I'm not going to argue over the semantics, but the message is clear, of course. When you have comfort, that's when you need to be aware, because that's when your enemy plots. And your enemy in this regard, they're your time and your energy, of course. So, hopefully, that's a great little message for y'all on this day. And if you want to learn more about time and energy and how to manage yours and also how to deal with the nasty and ghastly time and energy vampires, then get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is below the episode description wherever you are watching and or listening to this. And I will see you later.